Maple syrup, very hard to make, very hard to make. First you drill a hole, in the tree, Now put in the tap, and collect the sap, Boil it, filter it, bottle it, label it. Now it's maple syrup, hooray, yay, yay, hooray, yay, yay. Maple syrup, very hard to make, So next time don't leave any on your plate. Hi. The 4 stages of maple syrup.
We are going to tell you about the 4 stages of making maple syrup, which Avery calls liquid gold, because it is not easy. And as Arwen says, listen up!
Tapping the tree. First you drill a hole, in the tree,
First, you have to go out into the woods to find the sugar maple tree. A sugar maple tree gives the sweetest sap.
Do you know how many maple trees there are?
There's more than 1,000.
In the olden days, to make maple syrup, you always start with a tap. Native Americans used wooden taps, but now we use metal taps.
After that, you hang up your bucket and wait. It depends on the weather to see if the sap runs. When the weather is cold at night below freezing or 32 degrees, and during the day it is warm and above freezing, the sap runs inside the tree. That is the time you want your tap to stick out of the tree. Now is the time to gather the sap and boil it.
One time, when the morning temperature was 25 degrees Fahrenheit and 41 degrees Fahrenheit in the afternoon, we got 86 gallons of sap. It is the most sap we got. That was good, but we only got a little more than 2 gallons of syrup from it, because 40 gallons of sap equals only 1 gallon of maple syrup.
boiling.
Well, you have to boil it in a very high temperature.
Like how high?
I have no idea. All I know is very, very high.
Okay. How long does it take to boil the sap and make it syrup?
Well, if it is touching a lot of metal and there is even if there is a lot of sap, it will take up to 8 hours.
Filter and bottle.
Now, who would want to eat junk or dirt or bugs in their maple syrup on their pancakes and waffles? Not me! That is why we filter the syrup before we put it into the bottles. Bottles can be made out of plastic or glass. Make sure they are completely clean before you pour the syrup in them. Once the syrup is in the bottles, then put the label on it, and finally you can put it in on your pancakes and eat it.
How to make that maple stuff. First, drill a hole in a tree. Use a hammer to tap the tap into the tree. Next, hang up a bucket on the tap. Then, come back a couple of days later and collect the sap. Then boil the sap. Then you got syrup.
My name's Cam, and I'm a jug of maple syrup, and I'm going to get poured onto a pancake. Oh no!
throw it away, you're technically flushing money down the toilet.
Well, my opinion is so you try to put less so you still have enough syrup. Make sure you put enough syrup that you still, if you miss target it and some of the, what you can do if some is still on the plate and some of the pancakes don't, or waffles or something, don't have syrup, you can just pick them up and rub them on the maple syrup and eat it. If you get.
Do you know how much it costs to buy maple syrup? Probably $3,000 at least.
Perfect. And goal?
That is why you shouldn't eat fake syrup. P.S. Or waste maple syrup. Besides, you have to get 40 gallons of sap to make a gallon of syrup.
I was at my mom's house and I had it on pancakes. And when I first tasted it on pancakes, I thought it was excellent.
Well, yeah, I've had maple syrup cotton candy. I use maple syrup to put on my bacon. I did that this morning. And it's just really, you can use, also you shouldn't waste it because you can use it for
more
other
than
things.
just
Because
pancakes and
what
waffles.
he wrote down on his thing, an interesting fact, is that our principal, he cooks his pork chops with maple syrup. And if I'm embarrassing you, principal, maybe you should have not told us that.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna try it sometime.
You've never had it? In your whole life?
Nope. Well, I think I had well, I made a Play-Doh pancake and poured water on it, and I pretended that was syrup.
Uh-huh.
And the Play-Doh with water on top of it, yucky!